Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder, but when the world unanimously rates something as gorgeous, you can't help but check it out. We have natural wonders and man-made wonder, modern and ancient wonders. How about the cities as a whole? That's beauty on a grand scale. Here is a top 10 list of the most beautiful cities in the world. Number 10. Florence, Italy. A true reflection of the Italian Renaissance. The art and architecture of Italy are all blended in this remarkable little place. The spectacular view of the city from 19th century terrace Piazzale Michelangelo, it overlooks the entire city, gives a stunning view of the skyline, the domes, the bridges and the hills in the distance mixed together to give a picturesque view. The city attracts millions of tourists each year, and UNESCO declared the historic center of Florence a World Heritage Site in 1982. The city is noted for its culture, Renaissance art, and architecture and monuments. The city also contains numerous museums and art galleries, such as the Uffizi Gallery and the Palazzo Pitti, and still exerts an influence in the fields of art, culture, and politics. Due to Florence's artistic and architectural heritage, Forbes has ranked it as the most beautiful city in the world of 2010. Florence plays an important role in Italian fashion, and is ranked in the top 15 fashion capitals of the world by Global Language Monitor. Furthermore, it is a major national economic center, as well as a tourist and industrial hub. Number 9. Budapest, Hungary. This city is gorgeous by the day and stunning by the night. The Danube River divides the city into two parts. The Chain Bridge is a spectacular sight, as is the Parliament Building. This capital city of Hungary has extensive World Heritage Site, includes the Danube, the Buda Castle Quarter, Andrássy Avenue, Heroes Square among other places. Budapest features in many popular movies, most recently Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Number 8. Bruges, Belgium. This is not a metropolis in a shiny country but a small city of a small country. The major beauty of this city lies in its medieval and rustic architecture. It is one way to feel the effects of time travel, for Bruges will take you back in time to the 19th century. With a population of 17,170, this city is oval-shaped and surrounded by a canal. The lanes of the city are impossibly romantic and unbelievably poetic. As most of the ancient architecture is still intact, the concert halls and theaters provide certain class. It is a photographer's paradise with panoramic spots all over the city. Touted as the Venice of the East, Bruges is located in Central Europe, and no trip to Belgium is complete without a soiree at Bruges. The medieval architecture in Bruges is mostly intact, making it one of the best preserved medieval towns in Europe. The historic center of Bruges has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2000. Its medieval buildings include the Church of Our Lady. The sculpture Madonna and Child, which can be seen in the transept, is believed to be the only of Michelangelo's sculptures to have left Italy within his lifetime. Bruges' best-known landmark is the Belfry of Bruges, a 13th century belfry housing a municipal carillon comprising 47 bells. The Belfry of Bruges, independent of the previously mentioned UNESCO World Heritage Site in Bruges, is included on the World Heritage Site of Belfries of Belgium and France. The city still employs a full-time carillonneur, who gives free concerts on a regular basis. In addition to the historic center of Bruges and the tower included in the Belfries of Belgium and France, Bruges is also home to a third UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Ten Wijngaard beguinage, a beguinage built in the 13th century, is included in the World Heritage Site of Flemish beguinages. Number 7. Rome, Italy. The Seven Hills proudly hold the magnificent city of Rome. Capital of Italy with population of 45,907, Rome brings about certain images like the gladiator fights or struggling artist painting by the street, the musicians by the tiny cafes and the architecture smiling away. All this and so much more together forms Rome. With history dating back as much as 2,000 years, the city is regarded as birthplace of Western civilization. The stupendous architecture, Colosseum, the Vatican, the Pantheon, aside, the streets of Rome are true memento to its eternal beauty. At every bend there is history and every turn brings great food. It is one must-have city in your bucket list. In 2019, Rome was the 14th most visited city in the world, with 8.6 million tourists, the third most visited in the European Union, and the most popular tourist destination in Italy. Its historic center is listed by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. the host city for the 1960 Summer Olympics, Rome is also the seat of several specialized agencies of the United Nations. Number 6. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Capital and most populated city of Netherlands has something for everyone. From the oldest stock exchange of the world to the Anne Frank House, the canals, the red light areas and the coffee shops, Amsterdam has a fix for everyone. With 4.63 million tourists, Amsterdam is surely cashing on its natural offerings. With museums, art galleries, performing art, fashion, and music offerings, Amsterdam has its air peppered with creativity. It goes without saying that the nightlife and festivals are to die for. Amsterdam's main attractions include its historic canals, the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum, the Stedelijk Museum, Hermitage Amsterdam, the Concertgebouw, the Anne Frank House, the Scheepvaart Museum, the Amsterdam Museum, the Heineken Experience, the Royal Palace of Amsterdam, Natura Artis Magistra, Hortus Botanicus Amsterdam, Nemo, the Red Light District and many cannabis coffee shops. It drew more than 5 million international visitors in 2014. The city is also well known for its nightlife and festival activity, with several of its nightclubs, Melkweg, Paradiso, among the world's most famous. Primarily known for its artistic heritage, elaborate canal system and narrow houses with gabled facades, well-preserved legacies of the city's 17th century golden age. These characteristics are arguably responsible for attracting millions of Amsterdam's visitors annually. Cycling is key to the city's character, and there are numerous biking paths and lanes spread throughout the entire city. Number 5. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The blue of the ocean, the green of the nature and the sandy border to finish the picture, the city is said to be most naturally beautiful city of the world. The marvelous city is the local name for this slice of heaven. The cobbled streets and lazy beaches make for a panoramic view from the famous Sugarloaf Mountain or by the Corcovado statue. The city has a wild nightlife with dance on the streets, and the festivals of Rio need no introduction. It has 2.82 million international tourists every year, thus it comes as no surprise that Rio has some world-class hotels. It is often said that God made the world in 6 days and created Rio on day 7. Rio de Janeiro is one of the most visited cities in the southern hemisphere and is known for its natural settings, carnival, samba, bossa nova, and balneario beaches such as Barra da Tijuca, Copacabana, Ipanema, and Leblon. In addition to the beaches, some of the most famous landmarks include the giant statue of Christ the Redeemer atop Corcovado Mountain, named one of the new 7 wonders of the world, Sugarloaf Mountain with its cable car, the Sambadromo, a permanent grandstand-lined Parade Avenue which is used during Carnival, and Maracanã Stadium, one of the world's largest football stadiums. Rio de Janeiro was the host of the 2016 Summer Olympics and the 2016 Summer Paralympics, making the city the first South American and Portuguese-speaking city to ever host the events, and the third time the Olympics were held in a Southern Hemisphere city. The Maracanã Stadium held the finals of the 1950 and 2014 FIFA World Cup. Number 4. Lisbon, Portugal. This is the biggest city of Portugal and among most beautiful one in the world. The best beauty is effortless one, and the city of Lisbon is a perfect example. It wasn't planned to be, but today Lisbon offers $1 million view at every step. Proudly sitting on the foot of many hills and running to the banks of River Tagus, Lisbon has the prowess to enchant with nothing but a look. The colorful ancient streets with a subtle skyline are perhaps what make Lisbon click. The Gothic and Roman architecture doesn't hurt a bit. Lisbon is recognized as an alpha-level global city because of its importance in finance, commerce, fashion, media, entertainment, arts, international trade, education, and tourism. Lisbon is one of 2 Portuguese cities, alongside Porto, to be recognized as a global city. Number 3. Prague, Czech Republic. The city of spires. Prague boasts of a cultural and historical mix like no other place in the world. The buildings belonging to various periods of history can be found here. The Charles Bridge is one popular spot to actually soak into the historical wonder of this city. The Czech capital has a population of 2 million people. It is a World Heritage Site with over numerous museums, theater, and art galleries. It has 4.4 million international visitors every year. Suffice to say, it is one hell of a city. Number 2. Paris, France. What is to say about Paris that has not already been said in poems or literature? From the Eiffel Tower to Seine River, this land has beauty spilled all over it. The magnificent lighting of Eiffel Tower every evening grinds the city to standstill. Locals and tourists soak in the wonder and light. The Champs-Élysées, most expensive street in the world, has its own charisma. The Louvre is so extensive that it takes 4 days to check out every piece of art in the gigantic museum. The Roland Garros is a place of worship for tennis enthusiasts. Be it arts, science, sports, or fashion, this is a melting pot of culture, and who can forget the food? French cuisine is popular and Paris boasts of its culinary skills. This is one place you would want to see before you die. Number 1. Venice, Italy. In one word, this city is simply incomparable. From the accounts of the people who have actually visited it, Venice is a fairy tale come to life, and only one unique enough to be called truly unique. The canals run through the city, and gondolas transport people from their home to wherever they wish to go. The romantic capital of the world has its own definition of life. As the evening sets in, the houses, buildings along the canal starts to light up. This is reflected perfectly in the water, giving a magnificent setting for moonlit boat rides. Venice has art in its veins, and this creates beauty like never before. That's our list of top 10 about the most beautiful cities in the world. There are many other beautiful cities in the world, but we have summarized them into the 10 best. If you have an opinion about other most beautiful cities in the world, please leave your comments on this video.